If you ever found Arya and Ezra's relationship cute, you're in my prayers. What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be ranking Pretty Little Liars characters. Pretty Little Liars is one of those shows that was just so toxic. Like, looking back at it, there were so many like toxic themes in the show. Predators, fat phobia. Watching it now as opposed to when I was like younger, when it was coming out. I think it was coming out when I was like maybe like 12 or 13. I think I was 11, 12 or 13, between one of those ages when it was coming out. Like, I didn't understand a lot of the stuff that happened the way I understand it now. Like, Arya and Ezra's relationship, like when I was younger, I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, oh my gosh, she's dating a teacher. It didn't like click in my mind that like that's a predator. That's a pedophile. This show would literally be canceled if it was being released now. But yeah, I know the ending of Pretty Little Liars is like so controversial, like with who A was. It ended up being Cece. Spencer was revealed to have a twin sister. Like, they didn't know how to end it, like, at all. I have a feeling that y'all are gonna be really like shocked at my list, like, because some people that I have like towards the bottom, like, I feel like are fan favorites of a lot of y'all. Like, I feel like y'all like these people, but I'm always with a controversial ranking. Like, I'm always with that. So before we get into the ranking, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to see more videos like this, I have a whole playlist ranking characters, different shows that I've ranked. So I'll leave that down in the description. You guys can check that playlist out later. Alright, coming in at the bottom is somebody that I would say like most of the fan base of Pretty Little Liars just does not like. Paige, if y'all don't remember, this is a little refresher. So her and Emily end up forming a relationship, which I feel like was so pointless. They had no chemistry to me. Like did Emily forget that she tried to drown her in the pool? Like,
what the hell? I saw the lineup.
I did not like Paige. She was so obnoxious to me. Did y'all see the TikTok she posted? The actor, she posted on her page. She said something about being like a favorite. I don't know. She said something around those words, being like the least liked character. And I guess she thought people was gonna come to her defense and be like, no, we liked you, we liked you. No, nobody was on her side. I just did not like Paige. Oh my God. And that Christmas episode, if y'all know what I'm talking about, that Christmas episode where all the guys came down and she came down. That was a hot mess. Whose idea was that? That was Emily's worst relationship in the show. I still feel like Emily and Maya was the best relationship that Emily had in the show. But yeah, Paige, you didn't do it for me. You had a very annoying character. You're at the bottom. Coming in at number 9 is the pedophile himself, Ezra. Going back and revisiting the scenes with him and Arya and how they met, like, he knew she was underage, but he pretended like he didn't. He knew, so that makes it even worse. Like, your whole relationship was built on a lie. If you ever found Arya and Ezra's relationship cute, you're in my prayers. He was just very weird to me. Even just his face. It just gives predator. Oh my gosh. Do y'all remember when they found out that he was secretly working for A, and that like towards the end of the series he was secretly working for A, and that was the one thing to make Arya be like, hold up, this man is not it for me. So the fact that he was like an adult and you were underage and him going after you, that wasn't reason enough to end the relationship? No, he's working for A. It's over. That had to be it. Like, where are your priorities, sister? Where are your priorities? And the fact that her parents were okay with it, like, they did show like a little disinterest in the beginning when they found out. Y'all like stuck with it. Y'all let this happen. The only reason he's not at the bottom of this list is because I don't like Paige. Like, I hate Paige so much. Like, she's at the bottom because I just cannot stand her character. I can't stand his character either, but we'll just say like they're interchangeable. But Ezra, you're at the bottom because you're a predator. Like, there's nothing else I need to say about his character. Even when they were struggling with A, he was the least amount of help compared to all the other like boyfriends like Caleb and Toby. He was the least amount of help whenever they were dealing with the A situation. He didn't do nothing. He only cared about Arya and he barely helped her. So yeah, Ezra, you're at the bottom. Deal with it. You should be in prison. Coming in at number 8 is Toby. Now, I know y'all are like, oh my god, Toby, like, Toby didn't do anything wrong. He was a good boyfriend. He was a good character in the show. He didn't. It's just that I liked his character more in like the first 2 seasons than the ending of the show. He was wrongly accused and went to jail, and that was so sad when he had the ankle monitor on. Why did they make him and Jenna have like an incestual like relationship? Like I get they were step siblings, but they're still siblings. Why was that a part of the writing process? The writers on this show were disturbed. First with Ezra being a pedophile, and then Toby and Jenna with incest. Like they were this close, you know, I'm not even gonna say it. Why did they have to include that? Like, they could have just made Jenna be like manipulative to him. I was so not understanding when I was a kid watching this show, like what I was watching, what these people were putting into my mind as a young child. Other than when he was like accused of being Allison's murderer, after those beginning seasons, I didn't find Toby's character interesting anymore. Like towards the end of the show, it was just, you know, he's dating Spencer, you know, that's it. And then he broke up with Spencer and then was in a relationship with, I forgot her name, but that was when like they came back and they were grown adults, and he was about to get married to the girl, and then she passed away, and then he ended up back with Spencer. Like they just didn't have no storyline for Toby, so that's why he's at the bottom. I didn't hate his character though, but he's at the bottom because of bad writing. Coming in at number 7 is Arya. Please do not attack me, Arya fans. Do not attack me. Hear me out. Arya was kind of annoying to me in this show. Let's get to the hypocrite part. Like do y'all remember that episode when Hannah was like, oh, I feel like I was sexually assaulted? I forgot what happened, but like she was like assaulted, and then Arya started to gaslight her.
He wanted to hook up with me. You kissed him? No, I didn't, but he was the one who...
This is so messed up.
Arya, I know, that's why I wanted to tell you.
You're the problem, Hannah. You're always the problem.
After that scene, I was like her and Ezra deserved each other. I feel like she was just not likable to me. I did not enjoy Arya's character. And then when she kept from her mom that her dad was cheating, like if it comes down to it, mom or dad, you gotta be on the mom side. The fact that she kept that secret from her mom for so long, like why? I know she was very helpful, you know, finding clues with A. Other than Spencer, she was like one of the of the liars. She was like the second best at finding the clues and stuff. That's great, that's good, but I just didn't, her character just did too many questionable things for me to put her any higher than number 7 on this list. So coming in at number 6 is Caleb. Now Caleb, I liked Caleb and I loved him in the spinoff. Y'all know Ravenswood? He was so good in that show. Caleb was actually one of the most helpful of all the boyfriends in the show, like compared to Toby, compared to Ezra. Caleb was the most, he helped them find so many clues about A in the show. Like I feel like they would have never like gotten as far as they did without Caleb. Like he was essential to them in the show. He wasn't annoying, number 1. He was helpful, number 2. And he was interesting to me. He was so interesting that he got a spinoff for himself in Ravenswood, which is so good. That's the best Pretty Little Liars spinoff. The Perfectionist and even Pretty Little Liars Original Sin, I'm sorry, like Ravenswood is still the best one. Caleb carried the show and he did that. I liked his relationship with Hannah. Like they were cute. Like they were actually a solid good couple that actually had good chemistry in the show, compared to Arya and Ezra, compared to Emily and Paige, even compared to Emily and Allison. I still would say my favorite relationship in the show was Hannah and Caleb. Like they had the best chemistry out of all the couples. Did anyone else like not like his relationship with Spencer? Again, this is when they were grown up, they graduated high school. Him and Spencer had like a little something going on. Like they had why? What was that? Like they're not compatible to me. I would have never thought to put them together. The writers just didn't know what they were doing towards the end of the show. But at least they didn't end up together, and him and Hannah ended up being endgame. But Caleb, he was so helpful and essential in helping them find A, like hacking their phones, hacking their computers. Like he did all of that. He was the most helpful out of all the guys in the show. Everyone else was just dead weight. Coming in at number 5 is Mona. Mona is actually one of my favorite villains in the show, like favorite A's in the show. Like out of everybody who was A at some point, Allie was A at one point, Ezra was A at one point, Jenna was A at one point, Toby was A at one point. Mona, I feel like, did it the best, and she had me fooled. She had me fooled. There was not one point in the show where I was like, she's A. When they revealed her to be A though, I was like, oh my god, it makes so much sense. It made more sense than Cece being A. When she ran Hannah over, I was like, my gosh, Hannah could have died. The fact that Hannah even forgave her after that, like, you run me over, we're not friends, you're dead to me. I wouldn't even look your way if you ran me over with a whole car. Like, I don't know how Hannah forgave her after that. Like, what? She was the cause of so much trouble in the beginning seasons. Like, when they revealed everything she did after they like found out she was A. How did they end up forgiving this girl? But anyways, that's why I like her characters, because she actually had me fooled and had me at the edge of my seat the whole time she was on the show. Like, I guess she was a villain, but like, I liked her character. But yeah, I don't know how Hannah, like, how did she forgive her? Like, you run me over, girl, you are gone. Like, we're never gonna be friends. I'm not gonna look your way in the street. But yeah, Mona's at number 5 because she had me gagged. Like, when they revealed her, that was like, all right. Coming in at number 4 is Emily. We need to talk about how when she came out to her mom, that's another like theme that I feel like, oh my god, they did not handle it well at all. Like, her mom was like, do y'all remember the scene where her and Maya, they were eating at dinner together, and then under the table they were like doing like footsies, like they were playing, and then her mom was looking and she was like,
hers.
it was violent homophobia. Like, her mom was so unserious. Like, they weren't even making out, they weren't even holding hands, they were literally just like kicking their feet up under the table. And the fact that her friends handled it like way better, like her mom, like, that's your daughter. Like, and then for a while she like forbade Emily from like seeing Maya, which was like so extra. Like, girl. But I feel like that was Emily's best relationship in the show, her and Maya. Even though that was like one of the first relationships she had in Pretty Little Liars, it was still the best one. Like, it was better than her and Paige, it was better than her and Allison. I think the mom finally came around when Emily told her that she was being bullied. Like, I remember like one scene where Emily was like, some parent at school was like judging her for her sexuality, and then that her mom came around after that. Overall, throughout the show, I liked Emily's character. Coming in at number 3 is Hannah. And that's the ditzy blonde character done right. Like, she was hilarious in the show to me. I did not like them making her have like a eating disorder in the beginning of the show. Like, they didn't handle it well at all. Like, more than showing her heal in the show, they made it to like, oh, Allie was her savior and made her like stop eating junk. But Allie mainly bullied her for it. She didn't help her at all. So it was like, oh my god, like, they made her like wear like a bunch of like clothes underneath her like clothes to make her look like bigger, and like it felt like more like a joke to me. Like the writers felt like it was a joke, but this is like a real serious condition that people deal with, like binge eating disorder. A lot of people deal with that in real life, but they made it more of a joke. Allison was so mean I feel like Allison was the meanest to Hannah.
Keep your mouth shut, unless you want to go back to spending your weekends alone, Dance Dance Revolution, and a jumbo bag of chips. Allie, stop it.
That was so unprovoked, like so uncalled for. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they treated her condition like more as a like, I don't know, like joke than like a real serious issue. I feel like Hannah like had some of the worst experiences with A in the show. Like, I feel like getting run over is just the worst thing ever. But through it all, she still like was one of the funniest characters on the show. Yeah, I also remember the scene where she was dancing, she was doing the pageant with Emily trying to like raise money for her and her mom and stuff. That scene was so funny. The actor, like, she put in her all. But yeah, Hannah made me laugh. Like, the show was dark, so I like that they included like the funny, like, comedic moments that Hannah had in the show. Like, we needed that. As viewers, we needed that. All right, coming at number 2 is Spencer. Now, I know a lot of y'all will be like, what? I was expecting Spencer to be at number 1. Hear me out. I like Spencer. She was like the goody two shoes, but she still had like that snap in it. Like, she was the one person that would gather Allie, put Allie in her place. Allie did like still bully her and stuff and whatever, but Spencer was no like slouch. She would always like come back at Allie. Every time Allie was trying to come at her, she would snap right back at her, which makes sense because they ended up obviously revealing that they were related. Her dad and Allie's mom had a little thing. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's in the genes. Like, they have the like snapback gene. I like Spencer's character because she was so like into stopping A that she actually went crazy. I remember when she went crazy, like, she actually lost her mind and it had to be put in the like mental asylum because she was taking pills to stay awake and try to figure out everything. Like, that was a little too much. But I liked Spencer mainly because of how dedicated she was to like ending this nightmare. The other girls were more like afraid than she was. She was always the one sticking her neck out to like actually find A in the show. Like, but I just did not like the ending, like making her have a twin sister. Like, that was so like, why was that introduced? But yeah, Spencer, I liked you. I liked your character. You didn't disappoint me at all, so you're number 2. All right, coming in at the top spot, Allison. I'm not putting her at the top of my list because of how bad of a person she was. I understand she was a horrible person. She just was so good at her part, being like the mean girl. Like, she was mean. Like, she was ruthless to the girls, not only to the girls but other, like, even the parents. She would just like how she gathered everybody, even though it was harsh sometimes and it was like kind of sad the way she would bully people. That's the thing that made me like her character. Every time she was on screen, I knew it was gonna be interesting. And the fact that she was only like 13, 14 playing her role at the time, like, that still blows my mind to this day. And eating everybody up in the acting department, she was so much better than everybody else in the cast in the beginning of the show, acting wise. To me, like, that's why it blew my mind so much. Like, she was so young starting the show off. But Allie, other than that, she caused so much of the girls' struggle and pain in the beginning of the show. Like, everything that they went through was because of her disappearance or her death, quote unquote. Like, the show would be over like if she would just came back in season 1 and be like, oh, I'm not dead. Overall, Allie gagged me the most out of everybody in the cast. Like, every time she was on screen, she was a horrible person, but she played the heck out of her part in the show. Alright guys, so that is the end of the ranking. Let me know who's your favorite of the liars, like of the girls wise, because I know people are gonna be coming for me because Arya is at the like tail end of the list. But she just didn't connect with me. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. I have a very like special video planned for the end of this year for all the shows of 2022. So that's gonna be something to look out for on the channel. I'm so excited to film that next week and have it up like at the end of this month. So look out for that on the channel. Again, if you want to see more videos like this, I'll leave it down in the description, the playlist of all my ranking characters, and you guys can check that out after the video. I've ranked so many shows, I've lost count now, but I do polls on the channel after all my rankings, like a couple days after I post a ranking. I always do polls of the most requested shows, so you guys can vote on those. And if you don't see what you wanted on the post, you can also comment under it and suggest a show that's not on the poll that'll be on the next one. Look out for those on the channel, guys. They're on the community tab, and check those out when they go up. But without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video.